Hello, one and all. George here with another video. Um, a while back, about a month or so, um, I was watching Ward Wardrobe play this scenario. It's called Silence That Gun. Now, I initially played it back in the pandemic. First, it started as a classic squad leader version of it. And that got me intrigued into playing the ASL version of it to see if what was the differences. Now the ASL version, I played it more times than I actually recorded the plays, and by playing it quite a few times, I had learned that this scenario had been updated from its original version. And it's a scenario designed by Don Greenwood, the author of the Advanced Squad Leader Rulebook, or at least one of them. You acknowledged here or what? Must be. Numbering system. Anywho, um, it inspired my interest, and then watching Todd play it over at Wardrobe with another of his friends or colleagues um, inspired me even more to play it again. Why am I playing it solo as opposed to playing it with another player? Eh, time. And maybe I'm running out of ideas for videos, but I think that I'm going to enjoy playing this scenario um, solo. So it takes place in Fourcarville, France, on 6th of June, 1944. Um, and we have elements of Infantry Division 709 defending a AT gun, and then um, we have elements of Company A, 1st Battalion, 502nd Parachute Infantry Regiment, 101st Airborne, trying to take out a German AT gun. Let's look at the aftermath. At 10:30 a.m., the paratroopers numbered nearly 80 men, but still not enough to take the entire town. However, under the covering fire of a limited objective attack, Private John Lyle, or Leal, was able to crawl forward to a position from which he could silence the gun with a grenade bundle. Although he was mortally wounded in the process, the strong point remained in German hands until 10 p.m., when suddenly many Germans threw down their arms, duped by prisoners they had taken during the previous night into thinking that heavy naval bombardment was due to strike. They acted without authority. Before the German leaders could intervene, the captive paratroopers quickly seized the discarded weapons and opened fire on their former captors. Hmm. And there's a couple of special rules. So EC moderate with no wind at start. All hill hexes are ground level marsh. Marsh is brutal terrain for advanced squad leader. No other terrain exists in this hexes. Building 3 and 1 is ground level only. That's what we call City Hall or the church or what have you. It's not a church because churches in ASL actually have a steeple with a cross on it. So it must be City Hall or a hotel. The German player must designate one of the following buildings as fortified, and I'll show you how I managed that. The 7.5 pack 9738 must be set up on board, unconcealed, greater than or equal to 2 hexes from 3 and 2, and with a loss to 1 or more board 3 road hexes in hex row Q. That always um, messed me up. The 7.5 cm PAC 9738 may not be set up in a fortified building, but may be set up and placed. Good. Okay. And we cannot permanently destroy it with a voluntarily destruction or a repair attempt, nor can it be eliminated by a critical hit with a bazooka. So with that said, and no further ado, notice I have this advanced sequence of play out. So I'm going to bring it off line. I think this format of showing you my board works kind of well. You should be able to see a record of my dice rolls in the um, lower right-hand column. And also you can watch my video in double time. For those of you that are speed freaks, you can watch it in double time and it'll make sense. Now, how I manage the buildings is, well, I set up the Germans. I normally do tokens and randomly um, uh, position my forces, but I said if I'm going to randomly select one of these buildings as um, as a fortified location, which is part of the victory locations, right? I might as well set up the Germans to the best of my ability so we can defend at least a couple of locations. And then, at the same token, randomly determine only the location of the gun. And I only have one token here, but the locations can be 3M9 because he has lost from this position, the unit has lost to Q1. From this position in M6, he has lost to Q8 and possibly Q2 or Q3. I didn't check. And the other location is O2 um, because from O2, he does have uh, loss to Q9. And we won't determine um, which of the locations is the fortified building until such time um, as we approach or take one of them. Either way, we we've handicapped ourselves enough to the point where um, we'll have a challenging game. Now, the reason why I set up these players, the Americans, in this fashion was because ultimately we're not trying to play why the chicken crossed the road. What we're playing is capture a location, capture a gun. Um, so it's one or the other according to the victory location. So I want to bring them as close to uh, a victory location as possible. Great. So with no further ado, we'll start playing. Where are my markers? All right, let's come up with a couple of markers here. Hold on. And by markers, I mean I like these babies. German. And I like this phase wheel because it shows you the turn as well, reminds you of the turn. You don't have to do a lot of legwork to get it. All right, so with no further ado, let's start with the American player turn. But before that, we'll find out the position of the gun because even by SSR, the gun has to set up unconcealed on the board. So we'll roll a 2d6 and will be one of the three locations. And I rolled a 9. A 9 means the gun is now in 402 right there. So we'll put it on the board. And technically, there it is. It's unhipped, unconcealed. And there's different variations of the scenario circulating. If you don't have the original, most updated one, I suggest you get it. Simple as that. So now we know where the AT gun is. And the question is, do we try and get one of these victory locations or do we attempt to um, uh, get the gun or get um, one of these buildings? And I'm going to go for the gun. Now, mind you, the Germans can attempt to counterattack from the northern flank, but I don't know which building is the is the location. I won't know until I actually try and take one. All right, so know where the gun is. We're going to try and take the gun. Let's roll for weather. Recombinations, none. Attempt to recover support weapons, deploy. Rally broken units, none. Excuse me. Repair. I think it's safe to say we can go on to um, bring this baby here. And let's zoom in on the action a little bit. It's safe to say we're going to prep fire. And before I go any further, notice that my hero is here with a DC charge, which is nice because this guy can deliver a heck of a punch. All right, so let's do that. Let's go to prep fire. I got no prep fire. And now what I'm going to do, since I'm going for the AT gun, is I am going to attempt to create a a wall of a firewall here, a wall of fire, and then try to go for the gun. Okay, so let's go to prep fire. Nothing. Movement. Um, Either case, movement is good rather than prep fire, because um, these guys typically have assault fire. All right. So let's go to movement. I will begin by assault moving to there, to which I will not react. And now I will non-assault move. Actually, we will assault move to there as well. And we'll assault move to here. Now, having done that, this fellow here will fire there at 8, 8 up 2, and hope to keep rate 8 up 2. No rate. Yep, 8 firepower factors. No rate. We got a 5. A 5 plus 2 makes 7. 7 on the 8 is a 1 check. So Wilson goes through a morale check 1. 7, 8. That's good. Now, plus 2 is 7. 1 check. Okay. So now we got a 8 or less for the quad. 9 breaks. And more importantly, there's 4 resids in there. He will assault move to there. These guys will assault move to here. This unit here will go 1, 2. 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I was about to declare, or that's the other thing we can do is go bypass for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6. I forgot to mark these guys with first fired. Let's study that for a second. 1. So let's do it that way. 1 in bypass. We can take a line of sight check to see if I can see that hex fine, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, he's out of range. This guy is probably out of range. 2. Now this looks interesting, but I still think I'm going to be hitting something. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to there. He first fired, he's closer to them. All right, now we'll assault move to here. Wait, not everybody. So they'll fire here. First and foremost, 6. 8 plus 6. 7 plus 4 is 11. Will be an 8 up 1. Should we do an 8 up 1? Should we do an 8 up 1? Or a 4 up 1 and then, all right, we'll do it this way. 6 up 1. 7, 8 on the 6 is a pintash check. So Roberts first. And then squad. Axis-san. 2. Direction and distance. 2 and 3. 1, 2, 3. So it is 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. We'll go back here. Small sand. And random selection top to bottom. Okay, the other unit is pinned. Okay. And let's see. All right. Yeah. We did 2 task checks here. All right, so they first fired. And I will do a 4 up 1. 5, 6 on the 4. Geez. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 on the 4 is a normal. So the conscripts scored a better shot than the leader. So all right, normal. Roberts first. That's my ELR. ELR 5. He breaks. And squad breaks. They break. And more importantly, I have a minimum of 2 resids in there. And he first fired. Jeez. You know what else? He will assault move to there. And I forgot that this unit should have been concealed. I don't believe anybody had line of sight to him. This unit should be concealed. That unit should have been concealed. I should have done this before. Most likely this guy would have been concealed. This dude should have been concealed. This dude concealed. And this guy should have been concealed. Nobody was able to see any of these guys, but they started unconcealed. Oh well. Okay. That's my movement, unfortunately. Let's go to defensive fire. And we'll take a 4 up 1 shot there as well. 6, 7 on the 4 is a pin task check, 2 pin task checks. Something wrong here. Put that guy there. This guy here. There you go. The 1 pin task check, pinned. That's a bummer. My whole front line broke. Oh well. Defensive fire. Should I mark him with a final fire? Yeah. Okay. And let's go to advancing fire. Nothing worth taking. So let's go to route phase and remove all resids. I'll prep and I'll defensive fire. And these folks are going to go. Oh, they got to go here. And I might want them to go all the way down there. They can go 2, 4, and 6 to there. 2, 4, and 6 to there. This fellow is going to go back alone, not taking the leader with them. This fellow does not have anyone to fire at. Okie dokie. Let's go to advanced phase. This unit was pinned, not the leader. So for advanced phase, this unit will go there. This unit will go here. We have Mr. Bazooka Joe will go there. This unit will go here. And these guys are pinned. They'll go there. All right. Took a licking, but kept on ticking. Post combat, none. And let's go to German turn 2. Let's see if there's anybody that can conceal. It can be seen, he can be seen, he can be seen, he can be seen. He can be seen. No, he can't be seen. Who can see him? Nobody can see him. So he conceals. Take off the pins. And here. And I think this guy can conceal as well. He can be seen by him. And chances are he can see him. Okay. Let's go to rally phase for the Germans. Remove all moves. All right, let's roll for weather. Nada. That's wind change. Recombinations, none. Recoveries, none. Attempt to deploy, no. Repairs, none. Rally broken units. So now we got a rally here. His rally is a 5 or less. Oh, the DM comes off. Okay. Here, ordinarily a 4, 5 for the terrain, 6 or less with the leadership modifier. And he half squats. I keep tab of my casualties. Phone. And put him in the casualty bit. However, the DM comes off. I think in this game, the Americans are their worst own enemy. Okay, Al's Rally, prep fire. Should we do an 8 up 1 or 6 and 4? Let's do 6 and 4. 6 up 1. 8, 9 and the 6 is nothing. Missed by 1. He prep fired. Let's do a 4 up 1. I do have line of sight, don't I? 2, 4 up 1. Nothing. Okay. He'll keep his concealment. He should have been concealed. I'm pretty sure at the start of the game nobody was able to see him. Here, an 8 up 2. And then he'll undergo something devious. Nope. We'll not fire that guy. We won't fire him. And he has no target. I am tempted to move this dude here. Yep. Let's go to movement. Let's go to movement. We'll move this unit, assault move him to there. These folks are going to assault move to there. This unit here will assault move to there. And this units are going to assault move to there. They're staying put. I'm skulking. It's all good. Let's go to defensive fire. So for defensive fire, he'll fire there at 6 up 2. 9 on the 6 is nothing. He final fired. Not worth firing. Here, we got a 2 up 3. Or alternatively, we'll clone this baby and keep him for information purposes here. Flip 2 hexes away will be 8. Plus 3 for the building and plus 2 for concealment. So it'd be a 3 to hit. 5 plus 3 is 8. A 3 to hit. Otherwise, I'm bummed. Oh, 3 to hit doesn't sound too bad. 2 hit. Nope. I'm not going to do a 2 up whatever. Yeah. All right, let's go to advancing fire. There ain't going to be any. Let's go to route phase. Remove all the moves, all the prep, and def fire. And it does not appear that we have any routes anymore. So let's go to advanced phase. In advance, I will advance this unit here. He stays put. This unit advances back to there. How many portage points is that? Oh, it's only 3. But Wilson is a powerful little monkey. Wilson. Same, monkey or mechanic? Anyway, I'm scared to put this unit back to there. Let's put him back to there. Okay. This unit stays put. This unit stays put. This unit goes back to there. That's skulking 101. Let's remove all moves. And let's go to US turn 2. Close combat. Are there any concealment gains? I don't think so. Great. So let's go to rally phase. Turn 2. Wind change. None. Recombinations. None. Attempt to recover support weapons. Nope. Deploy. Nope. Repair. None. Rally broken units. All right, let's start with our self rally. Leader, rallies. Let's see. Should have done a self rally first. Too late. All right, here, 8, 9 or less. He rallies. Shall we move? I think so. No, maybe not. Here's a good shot. Right there. All right, that would be... let's first roll on the bazooka. So the bazooka, this fellow here, no, we can't. He's not in a building. All right, so let's fire inherent. That would be a 6, 6 down 1. 6 on the 6 is a 1 check. 7 or less for the leader. 8 breaks. And 6 or less for the squad. I think that is an ELR. Where's my ELR? ELR is 2. Yep, he ELRs and breaks. So he successfully prep fired. Now we'll do some movement. And see where that takes us. All right, we'll declare an assault move to there. And he will reveal himself and fire an 8 up 1 there. 5 on the 8. 5 on the 8 is a 2 check. 5 or less. Breaks. And leaves 4 resids in there. He's marked with a first fire. Now we'll assault move to here. Till subsequent fire. 4 up 2. 7, 8, 9 on the 4 is nothing. Leaves 2 resids in there. He's marked with final fire. And he can final protect the fire against this unit at 4 up 2 with a morale check on him. And I say to myself, he might be saved there by his fellow troops here. He will stay put And this fellow here will assault move to there. And this unit will assault move to here. Okay. These guys are still broken. Still a V. And what are we going to do? We have to cross the road. Question is, how are we going to cross the road? With a lonely half squad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. However, this baby of a has a shot. All right, these guys are going to dash from their location to S6 to T6. So they're declaring a dash. It means once they move across the road, this is where they'll be. Conversely, I can go 2, 4, 5 to there. What's the rush? Let's do a dash. Doing a dash. Do I go there or there? Here, here, there. These. Let's do a dash this way. Dash. All right, he'll take a shot, right? So should have started the board on concealed, but pre-game concealment. Oh, look at that. Saved. Fire on it to hit. He keeps his concealment. This guy is out of range because he has 6 range. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This fellow probably doesn't see him there. So boink, he made it across the street. Great stuff. He moved, he didn't move. These guys moved. This guy final fired. Let's go to defensive fire. All right, defensive fire. We're going to reveal these units. They're going to fire group. Let's remove all residuals. They're going to fire group and these 3 stacks here. And it's dangerous because they can end up double cowering. And do a 12, keeping the light for rate. 12 up 2. 5 on the 12. 5 on the 12 is a 2 check. In my sand. 6, 6, 6, 7, 8. Breaks. These guys final fired. There goes my entire attack. I was really confident at the beginning of this scenario that everything would work out. Doesn't appear to be doing that. All right, they final fired. He's not going to fire. He will not fire. Let's turn it over to advancing fire. I don't have any. I don't have any. All right, it's turn 2. Let's go to route phase. Remove the preps, remove the death fire. Oh, he can go 2, 4, 6 to there. And this dude can go 3, 4, 5 to there. And we only keep 1 DM counter. Okay. And these guys can route to there. And that's all she wrote. Let's go to advanced phase. And for advance, we'll go there. We'll go here. And we'll go there. He will go there. Well, this dude is concealed. Go there. And we'll go there. Great. Close combat. Unfortunately, none. Does anybody get to conceal? I do not think so. Let's see. Actually, I don't think anybody can see him. He cannot be seen. He cannot, and nor can he. So I think this dude is concealed. And I believe this dude is concealed. This unit is concealed. Free loss check? Doesn't look like it. Jeez. And they're in concealment terrain. I pulled off a good one. Sounds good. All right, let's turn to rally phase. Turn 2 for the Germans. Let's go there like that. I don't know why I like keeping track of both of them. All right, good. Let's remove all moves. Let's roll for weather. Nothing. No recombinations. No attempt to recover support weapons. No deployments, repairs, rally broken units. So let's start with the Germans, and he needs a 4. It's a self rally, so it's not subject to heat of battle. Not subject to heat of battle because it is a self rally and it is not a leader creation, but he rallies. Right? Now, having him rallied, the other unit still needs a miracle. I nearly got 2. DM comes off. Now, let's start with him up there. Great. He's going to be shot. And then here, we got 2 4s, 5 for the terrain, 2 7 or lesses, top to bottom. Rallies, bottom, rallies. Good job. Break. No more DMs. Okay, let's prep fire. Now, prep firing is a little bit tricky here. It's a little bit tricky. Because who are we going to prep fire on? If we prep fire this fellow here, against him will be a 4 up 2, and here will be a 4 up 1. Oh, let's do the 4 up 1. And I doubt I have line of sight to this fellow here. All right, let's do a here from there to there, 4 up 1. Seven on the 4. 7 on the 4 is a pintash check. Passes. Oh, nothing good comes in prep fire. Passes. That's a bummer. Now here, they'll fire group again, fire against this guy. And do they all have line of sight? Yes, to there. And everything else is obvious. So now it'll be a 6 up 1. The 12 halved because of area fire. So 6 up 1. 7 and 8 on the 6 is a pin toss check there again. Enough to strip him of concealment. And the MG got rate. So toss check, pins, and a 2 up 1 from the MG. 7 on the 2 is nothing, got rate. 6, 7 on the 2 again is nothing. So they prep fired. All right. Do we want to go to movement? Yes, we do. I think I'm tempted to move this fellow here to N4 and then into that building. But I'm also tempted not to do so. Now we got a problem there. Do we fire from here to there? No, we don't. We don't dare do that. Okay. Nor do we have to move. The one unit that we should have moved, we didn't move, we prep fired them. All right, let's just go to defensive fire and see what can ensue. Now we can fire the bazooka. And at that range, 1 hex range, it's 9. Plus 3 for the TEM. And there's no backblast because I'm firing in the woods, so it'd be 6 to hit. No. All right, then we can use our inherent firepower at 12 up 3. Holy cow. All right, we cowered to an 8. 5 on the 8. There's a 2 check on this dude. We have to check if it's the ground, if it's the fortified building. All right, so DR 5 to 6 it is. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3, and it appears that the fortified building is here. So it's not the ground building. This is a 2 check on this dude. 5 or less. He breaks but does not ALR. And the ground building, in case we want an alternative attack, will be this according to our little random DR. All right, let's see. Get info, fortify, and fortified building. Always have to fortify from the ground up. Let's remove these guys here. So it looks like we have to split our attack in 2 directions if we want to get one victory or another. Put everything down here. We can put the act right there. We can quickly access it. Okay, so he final fired. And we don't want to fire anybody else. There's no point. Okay, so let's go to advancing fire. None. Let's go to route phase. Clean up all the moves. And all the prep fire and defensive fire. And let's see what we're going to do for this fellow. I think he could go 1, 2, 3 to there. There's nobody to interdict them. And maybe that's why you should have a half squad there with an MMG for interdiction purposes. But All right, so 1, 2, 3 to there. Let's go to advanced phase. Advance them into the road. I don't think so. All right, no one to advance. Close combat. Denara. And let's go on to rally phase turn 3 for the Americans. Rally phase turn 3 for the Americans. Wind change. Recombinations, none. Attempt to recover support weapons. Remove all pins. Typically, nope. Deploy, none. Rally broken units. I'm not going to go for the self rally. I'm going to go make sure that Roberts gets rallied first. Rally, come on. He rallied, miracle. All right, rallied. Unbreak him. Now the squad needs base 8, 9 for the terrain, 10 or less. Rally. I said it. He did it. Now we got something going on here. So, get a battle. DR follows an original 2 MC. Morale check. Rally DR. Not applicable to Banzai, Berserk, Climbing, Crew, Hero, Human Wave, Parachute, PRC, Self Rally. It wasn't a self rally. So it is heat of battle. He was elite. He is elite and broken, so that cancel each other out. 2d6. 5. 5 is battle hardening, so he becomes fanatic. Break. And we created a hero. Trifecta. We created a hero. Where's our hero? Here. And go to Allied. Single man counter. And what are we going to name this guy? Audrey. There's our Audrey. That's pretty nifty. And as usual, oh, don't forget to rally this guy. Right? He needs a 6 or less. No. And here, I don't think the leader has anybody with loss to him. So he'll keep concealment. It's 3, 4 for the terrain, 5 with the leadership DRM. Ooh, wow. He made it. That's awesome. Break. What are we going to do? Oh, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to go straight to movement. Okay. So what's going to happen here is the following. He will assault move to there. No fire yet. This unit will assault move to there. One of the bazooka units will assault move here without the leader. Okay. They will assault move to here. These fellows are going to non-assault move 1 in bypass, 2, 3 because we got to pay for the hedge. 4, 5 to there. Now here comes the tricky part. Here we're going to bypass the woods for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and he loses concealment because the leader can see him. And this fellow here is going to go 1.5, 3, 4, and 6 to there. Now here comes the tricky part. Do we cross the road again? Or do we stick around? Do we stick around? With a 9 minus 2 leader. He needs to be at the forefront of the attack. So 1, 2, 3 to there. Or alternatively, we can go try and cross the road and exert some firepower here. Where he's at, he can fire there. Here, I'm afraid that this guy has line of sight to there. Yeah. And I don't want to do a whole circle thingamajiggy. All right. I think I've decided what to do. 2, 5 to there, non-assault movement. And he'll take a 4 up 1. 1, 2, 3. 4 up 1, here it comes. 8 on the 4 won't do it. Leaves 2 resids in there, but I won't bother doing it. He'll be marked with the first fire. And that's my movement. You can go to defensive fire. And now they'll fire a 12 up 3 there. And they'll fire group to do so. 12 up 3. Here it comes. 9, 6, 9 on 12 is a normal. Again, 7 or less. Pins. That's not so bad. They final fired. Okay. He'll open fire. He spinned. We gotta affect him. So here we got a 12 up 1. Holy cow. 3 on the 12. A K3. K3. Or I'll check 3. 8 breaks. It's not ALR. Got rate. Check that out. By some fortune, the heavy is in the fortified building location. And that this this DC could have served to breach this location, um, or take out the gun. Have it your way. Um, now, uh, hmm, he has rate. He'll fire again. At this time, will be 6 up 1. Check that out. 6 up 1. 5 on the 6 is a 1 check. Passes. Did we still get rate? Yes, we did. 6 up 1. 4. 4 on the 6 is a 2 check in my sand. Now he's eliminated. Nope. We can assume that the covered arc of the MG was fixed in this direction. We'll fire there now at 6 up 2. 5 on the 6. The 1 check and rate. Passes. Another sand check. 2. Baby sniper. All right. Direction and distance. 5 5. 1 2 3 4 5. He is 1 2 3 4 away. 1 2 3 away. Pins this dude. We got rate. So 6 up 2 again. Same target. 1 2 3 4 5 6 on the 6 is a 1 check. Finally breaks. Roll again. Um, 5 7 on the 6 is a 1 check. 7 8. Good. Rolls again. Got rate. And now that's all she wrote. Pretty nasty. Pretty nasty. Advancing fire. Well, me got that. I'm literally ready to cry. Delete there. Huh. So let's remove all moves, all prep, and death fire. These guys have to route. And 1. I'm gonna pick this as my location. Can I? I guess not. I'll go like this. All right. Let's go to advance. Let's advance this guy here. This unit here, this unit here. This unit stays where they are. And these boys are going to advance. I guess in this direction. These units will advance here. This fellow will advance to there. All right, close combat, none. Let's remove all moves. Let's remove all pins. I think these units can conceal. I could have made some mistakes, but... And I think ultimately this fellow can conceal again. This unit is concealed. Everything else looks good to me. All right, that was turn 3, turn 4. Let's roll for weather. Let's roll for nothing else. No recombinations, no attempt to recover. Deploy squads, no repairs, no rally. Rally broken units. So what the heck happened there? Oh, I know what happened. There was a bazooka left on the floor. One unit was eliminated there. Okay. All right. It wasn't a case of a broken squad. It was a case of an eliminated unit. And with the 6, I should have rolled to see if the bazooka was eliminated. 4 and the 6 is nothing. All right, so the bazooka is there. Yeah. Okay. So now what do we do? We'll roll here. The leader was supposed to be there. Okay, so 4, base 4, 5, 6, 7 or less. So EM comes off. Okay, here we need a 6 or less. No. And everything is fine. Delete that. Okay. Let's go to prep fire. Let's do a 12 up 1 there. 8 on 12. Is it 1 chuck? He breaks. And they prep fired. And now we'll start shooting here. 12 up 1. 12 up 1 again. 9 on the 12. Is a normal. They passed. Finally. Now we'll do a, because we got rate, we'll do a 6 up 1. 8 on the 6. There's a pintash check. Passes. Rate again. 9 on the 6 is nothing. Rate. And nothing at all this time around. And he prep fired. This guy did nothing. This guy here can do a 4 up 2. I doubt that's going to affect anything. Let's fire from here to there. Or maybe not. Let's keep concealment. Do we need to move? Perhaps. And he is a regular squad. Right, we're gonna move. Let's go to movement. Let's move this way. Let's do something drastically crazy. All right, voluntarily losing concealment. 1, 2, 3. 1. We'll do a 1 down 2 because it's non-assault move. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. A 1 down 2. 8. Nothing. 1, 2, 3 to there. It must be nuts. And he first fired. And here we're going to do 2 to there, 3, and 4. I don't think anybody sees that. This dude is going to assault move to there. And this dude will assault move to here. Let's go to defensive. I don't think he can be seen by anywhere. All right, so defensive fire phase. We'll first do the bazooka. He's 2 hexes away, so it's an 8. And it'll be +3 for the tem. He's out in open ground, so he doesn't have to pay for anything. So a 4 to hit. Hit! And I'm cheering because it's +2 for the building, +1 for the fortified location. That makes 4. Base at 8. There's no penalty for backblast because he's firing the bazooka from the open. So now it's an 8 flat. 4! 4, but the German sand. 4 on the 8. 4 on the 8 is a 2 check. This guy should get the bronze star. A 2 check for the leader. Breaks. A 2 check for the first squad. 5 + 2 is 7. Pins. And a 2 check for the squad with the heavy. ELRs and breaks. And the other squad is pinned. Okay, now we'll do a 6 up 3. Forget the German sand. Ooh, a big one. There, direction and distance. 6 and 1. I gotta be fair. Gotta pick on this guy. All right. Leader versus squad. Leader. Squad. He's dead. Allied. Kalzubin. Leader lost morale check. 8. He's good. But under DM. Okay. Oh, I lost my train of thought. That's the good thing about you know, um, I don't want to do a 6 up 3. Did I do a 6 up 3? Let's do a 6 up 3 in case I forgot. Nothing in any case. All right, so final fired there. Now we're in a world of hurt. Do we want to fire on Brokies? Of course we do. Elite. So this is a 4, a 4, a flat. 4 flat, 4 and the 4. Is a 1 check and a German sign again. I'll check. All right. and he half squads. We got rate, but there's a German sign. Nothing. 4 flat again. 7 on the 4 is a pin toss check, but nah. But he is under DM as well. And he final fired. That's going to delay us a little bit. Okay, let's go to advancing fire. All right, 4 up 1. Hit on the 4 is nothing. Advance fired. And I think that's all she wrote. Route phase. Let's clean it up. Route phase. Where are we routing? We're going to route back to there. And this is 4 portage points. No can do. Leaving it behind. This fellow is going to go 2, 4 to there. This fellow here, he's going to route back to there. And let's go back to advance. And he'll advance to there. So what's the worst thing that can happen if I advance now onto the Russian position? American position. This fellow here could also route back because he was under DM. Are they overstacked? Doesn't look like it. Let's arrange the stack properly. This goes here, this goes there, this goes everywhere, this goes here, these guys go here, this guy goes there, and point like this. Right, delete. All right, and advance is over, close combat, none. Concealment gains. He would have to roll for it, nobody could see him. Nope. He can be seen, he can be seen, he can be seen as well. He can be seen. He can't be seen. Nope. Okay. And that's all she wrote. Okay. Oh. Let's see what we're going to do. Okay. So with that said, we're going on to American turn 4. American turn 4. Rally. What a mess. What a mess. All right, let's roll for weather. And let's roll for, I don't know what I'm rolling for. Let's go to, for weather. And come on, George. Weather recombinations, none. Recoveries. I don't want to recover the other bazooka, do I? Oh, we can try. Does so. I should remove all pins. All right. Attempt to recover, we did. Deploy. none. Repair, none. Rally broken units. So here we got Roberts. That's a 9 minus 1. So 4, 5, 6. 6 and a 5 in that order. 6, 5, none. No rallies there. Horrible. Hmm. Do we prep? Well, this time we will prep. And we'll prep here to there. 6 flat. 7 on the 6 is a normal. So Van Wilts first. Breaks. Quad. 5 plus 2 is 7. Pins. And he prep fired. Oh, we forgot to rally this guy. So here, 4 less. Makes it. Break. Quad. Quad still needs a miracle. 3 or less. Nope. The M comes off. And this squad here needs a miracle as well. Nope, but the M comes off. All right. We broke one dude. We're going to send them packing. All right. And now we're going to fire again. First the bazooka. It's a 4 to hit. One of the 2 bazookas, not both. Nope. And then we'll do A6 flat there. 3 on the 6. 3 on the 6 is a K2. That's the allied sign, right? Let's take a look. Yeah. Oh. It's a K2. 3 on the 6. K2. I can't believe it. So, half squad, clone, send them to the casualty bin. 2 check. Breaks and disrupts actually. 7 plus 2. Yep, breaks and disrupts. Great. And he prep fired. Oh, I forgot to advance this guy here. All right. Hmm. Hmm. Let's remove all moves anyway. So he broke in let's go to movement. I see a great opportunity to counterattack. So these guys are going to assault move to there. These boys are going to, these boys being the hero, the MG, and the fanatic, are going to grow a concealment counter and assault move to there. All nice and dandy. Now, this unit here, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, Hmm. 1.5, 1.5. All right, we'll try for the assault. I mean, this is turn 4. There's 2 turns left. We'll try for the big hurrah. That's what we're going to do. So Jones here um, is going to go 1 and bypass 2. One and bypass 2, 5, voluntarily losing concealment. All right. Still roll a 4, a 4 up 1. Nothing. Actually, an 8 up 1. It's still nothing. He first fired. And question is, does he want to final protect the fire? Not yet. And then here, and just to be official, we're planting it on him. Okay. So the question would be, he started here, or here rather. So he went 1, 2, 5. And how much would he need? Let's say he's going CX as well. Because, and we'll put a CX counter there. Because wouldn't you need at least 1.5 movement factors to plant to place the DC? My guess is yes. So now he'll fire there. So what do we get here is an 8 to hit, -2 for the range, +2 for the tem, -1 for first fire non-assault movement. So the 2's cancel out. It would be 9 or less. Who hit 9 or less? That's a critical hit. My AI, my my sand check. That's a critical hit. So that would be a 24 down 1. Um, 24 down 1, and we got a 6 on the 24. A 6 on the 24 is a 4 check. Morale check 4. He wounds. And let's take a wound check. He survives. Now, we rolled a 2 hit of 3. That has rate. So now he can fire again. Firing again would be 8 infantry target type. +2 tem, -2 range, -1 for Yak, and -1 for first fire non-assault movement. Tem, range, acquisition, first fire non-assault movement. So now it's a 10 to hit, really. To hit 10. That's another critical hit, 24 down 1. Let me take care of the sand first. Nothing. All right, 24 down 1. 9 on a 24 is another 2 check. So he needs to roll 6 or less. No. Now he eliminated? No. That's all he can fire on him. He has a -2 whack. And he's marked with first fire. That guy's first fired. So now we're gonna move this fellow here. One, two, three, four, and 5, 6 to there. Or 1, 2 and bypass, 3, 4, 5 to there. He'll open up. So it's 1 hindrance, 1 for the wall, right? 1 hindrance, 1 for the wall. Why the heck did I do that? I have no clue. 1 hindrance, 1 for the wall, 1 for -1 for first fire non-assault movement. So we have a 6 up 1. He cowers. He cowers. I've never rolled so many snake eyes in my life. He cowers from a 6 to a 4, and a 3 and a 4 is a 2 check. Passes, 1 check. Pins. That's nuts. Wait. Who needs the residuals? Nobody else is going to go there. Pin. You guys can see I'm tired, huh? Pins. If he first fired. Or final fire because he cowered. Alright. Alright. That's all there is to it there. Let's go to defensive fire. He'll fire for up 1. 4 on the 4. A 1 check. Leet. Audrey. Passes. Squad. Breaks. No, not really. He's yeah, he did break. He final fired. This to there ain't worth it. Let's see. 4 plus 4 would be 8 up 3. It's worth it. Nope, it wasn't. This dude, forget it. This guy's marked with first fire. We can take a 4 up 2. Nope. All right, let's go to advancing fire. Advancing fire, this dude goes off. I think they get the gun shield. So 30 up 3. 30 up 3. 7. 7. +1 for CX, +2 for the gun shield, I think. All right, 7 plus 3 is 10 on the 30 table. There's a 2 check. All right, they break. and being broken, you have to get the heck out of Dodge. But this thing goes away. They have nothing. Hero here has a 1 flat. Nope, that ain't gonna do it. Advance fired. Can't believe these guys are like that. Okay, let's go to road phase. Now, unfortunately, he loses his Zac. We'll put it down here. Okay. He loses his Zac. Let's remove all the moves, all the prep, and all the death fire. But he has to route because he's adjacent to this dude. So he'll go 1. He can't be interdicted because he's under CX. 1. We can remove this. 2, 3, 4, 5. Stay there. Okay. These guys route back to there. We'll stack them neatly. And put them on top of there. And this fellow here will have to go back towards the wall and into there. This guy has to give up, but I'm going to declare no quarter, and he'll go into the casualty bin. Access casualty bin. And for good measure, what we shall do is advance like this. And we shall advance to there. That's nuts. Okay. And how about Audrey? Audrey will hold this position. How's that sound? All right. Advanced phase is over. Close combat. Remove all the moves. Who gains concealment? None. And let's go to rally phase. Rally phase. German turn 4. Okay, watch this now. Wind change. Now we're getting some action here. None. Let's go down our checklist. Come on, dude. Wake up, George. Rally phase. Nothing. Wind change. None. Recombinations. None. Attempt to recover support weapons. We already did. Deploy squads. No need to do so. This is German rally phase. Repair, transfer support weapons. None. Rally broken units. Starting with MMC self rally. Well, he's a self rally. Wait a second. We're gonna try and pick that up. Oh, he did for dear life. That AT gun belongs to him. Hmm. Now the thing is how do I destroy it? I can destroy it. I should be able to destroy it. The Germans cannot self-destroy it, but they didn't say anything about the Americans not being able to destroy it. Remove all pins. I always forget that. All right. Repair rally broken units. Let's go to repair rally broken units. Soft rally. This is a soft rally. 4 or less. No. The M comes off. Here, 5 or less. So here we got 5, 6, 7 or less. Ooh, heat of battle. So he's broken. Where's my chart? Ooh, here. He's broken. +1. That's about it. 2d6. 6, 7. It's battle hardening. So he rallies. And battle hardens to a 4-4-7, back to a 4-4-7. All right. Now for my American buddies, don't forget I usually put this thing on. All right, so for my American friends, 8, 9, 10 or less rallies. These rallies, come on, break. Then 7, 8, 9 or less rallies. Break. And the last dude is 4, 5, 6 or less. Hey, they all rally. Actually, it was a little bit more than that. And there's no more people under DM. How do the fortunes of war change, man? Okay. All right, so let's go to prep fire. Oh, he had to attempt to rally as well. Guess what? I think he did not rally. He needed, yeah, he did rally. 3 or less. Could be wrong. All right, there we go. All right, prep fire. We'll start over here. So we got a 12, up 2. Wouldn't you know it? 4, we'll give him for emplacement. Maybe it's not emplaced. So it would be a 4 on the 12. 4 on the 12 is a 3 MC. 3 MC. All right, so what does he need? 5 or less? Morale check. No. Is he gone? No. Oh, shit. He was wounded again, but he ain't gone. Far from it. So now we got a 6 up, 6 flat. Let's say 6 flat. Because he got right on the LMG. 7 on the 6 is normal. Passes. All right. He prep fired. All right, now for definitely we got an 8 up 2. 8 up 2. 8 up 2 here. 6. 6. That's a gun shield. 6 plus 2 is 8 normal. Passes. He prep fired. And ladies and gentlemen, I think that's the game because that hero basically took over the gun, and during the defensive fire phase, all he has to do is, I broke it, gone. So we won the game with a hero going after the AT gun, and we flanked them. Whereas here, all hell can break loose, but that's where the game ends at an hour and 45 minutes. And the reason why this video went for an hour and 45 minutes is because basically I have some time. I did it on Saturday evening. It was a 2-hour game playing solo. I am bewildered and astonished with all the crazy rolls. I don't have that Sasso option where you can roll for the 2 different sides using 2 different dice rollers, but I was rolling amazingly well. 142 DRs, 6.73 was my average. But even without the die rolls, I think that here, what was interesting is I kept on going for some reason or another, and I did place from the very beginning my faith in that hero. Did I make mistakes? Probably. If I did, let me know. I want to know what they are. Um, Amazing. I got to play this game again against another player. It's just that it is always fascinating how different things can ensue. But I think what's important is knowing what the victory locations victory is and probably instead of going for one victory decision because you have to decide between getting a fortified building or the gun is if you know where the gun is and it's within reach, go for the gun. Oh, it's nearly a 2 hour video. I'm sorry I went into overtime. I didn't want to break it into parts. So I hope you enjoyed it. And do tell a couple of friends about it. And the interesting thing about the hero is there's a rule about heroes. You need to know about it is weapons use alpha 15.23. I'm not going to read it here. Get the rule book, read it, and see how heroes can act vis-a-vis how they can handle AT guns and other ordnance. And I've also done another video on it, so check that one out too. Take care and see you soon. Keep rolling low, keep playing, keep enjoying life. Take care, guys.